Hey everyone! Today I'll be showing you how you can make an Ice Mario costume for this Halloween using a sewing machine. You will need a sewing machine, 3 yards of fabric, a pair of pants to use as an outline, and these are other things I'll be using as well. So let's get started. So first I'm going to open up my fabric and I'm going to fold it over like this because I'm going to get started with the pant. I'm going to grab my pair of pants and I'm going to fold them like this and just put it over the red fabric. Make sure that the outer part of the jean is facing towards the folded part of the fabric. Grab your crayon and you're going to draw an outline of the pant. And just give it about an inch or so around just to give it a little bit of leeway of space. And once you're finished drawing the outline, you're going to be grabbing your scissors and you're going to cut. You are going to need 2 cuts of these, and once you're finished cutting them, you need to be sure and put the open side of the pant towards the inside on both sides. With my pins, I'm going to grab the front part of the 2 cuts of the pants and I'm going to start pinning them. Right now, I'm pinning just the front side of the pant, but I'm also going to be pinning the back side as well. Okay, so I've already finished pinning the top part of the pant, and now I'm going to start by pinning the legs. I've already finished putting the pins and even on the back side of the pant, so now it's time to start sewing. So right now I'm sewing the top part of the pant, and then once I finish doing this, I'm going to start by sewing the legs. So this is what my pant looks like. I've already got it all nice and sewed up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gather the pant together and I'm going to start by measuring the top part because I'm going to start on the bib. So I'm going to just grab my measuring tape and I'm also going to give about an inch on each side, and I need 2 cuts of these for the front and for the back. So now I'm going to put the 2 cuts of the bib together. I'm going to fold it in half like this. And with my white crayon, I'm going to grab my white crayon and I'm going to draw an outline of how I want my bib to look like. So this is how my bib is going to look. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab my scissors and I'm going to start cutting. And there you have it. There are my 2 pieces of my bibs. So now that I have my bibs ready to go, I'm just going to put them up together and I'm going to grab my pant just so you all can see how my costume is coming along. And as you can see, my pant is still inside out. I haven't turned it over. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to sew my bibs to the pant. It's better to start by sewing the bib to the pant versus the sides, because it's just, I found it easier for me to do it that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start sewing it. My son is so excited for me to finish up this costume. He just keeps on asking me when I'm going to finish it. And I just tell him I'll be ready with it pretty soon. So now that I have the bibs already sewed onto the pant, now it did take me a while to try to sew them together. Since the pants are already sewed together, I did end up having to cut the sides of the pant, and I did fold over the bibs inside of the pant. I did find that it was easier to sew that way, just by cutting the sides and putting the bibs inside of the pant and then sewing. So now I'm gonna start by sewing the sides of the bib. Alright, so I went ahead and I've already sewed the sides of the bib, as you can see there. And while I was there, I also did sew the edges of the bib, just so that way there's no loose thread in there. Now I'll be folding up the pant, and I am going to sew just the bottom parts of the pant. So now that I've already finished the bottom of the pant, I'm now going to start with the straps for the overalls. I've already cut and I've measured how long I want the straps to be. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to fold over both of the straps. And I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut the corners of the straps just to give them more of a rounded look. Alright, so I've already went ahead and I finished cutting out the straps. This is how my straps came out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just sew them. When you do sew, just do remember to leave one part of the strap with an open space. Just because you are going to need to flip them over. I did make that mistake when I was sewing them. I had to undo it and I had to redo it all over again. So just be sure to leave an open space on the strap so you can flip it over. And that's the way that you should leave it. So now we're gonna start by flipping over the straps so we can see the finished product. And I am just so excited. We are practically almost finished with my son's costume. So now I'm gonna just grab the whole costume. I've already turned it around and I'm gonna put the straps to the back part of the costume. And I'm gonna start by sewing the straps to the back part of the costume with the open part towards the bottom. Alright, so I've already went ahead and I sewed the straps to the back of the costume, as you can see there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Velcro. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces. I'm going to cut 4 pieces and I'm going to sew them to the straps and onto the front of the costume. And with my felt, I'm going to make the buttons and I'll be sewing those onto the straps. I am going to be sewing the Velcro and the felt by hand. Here's my son wearing his new Ice Mario costume and he's doing his little jump. Overall, I ended up spending only about $13 for this, and that was just on the fabric and the thread. So this costume was even cheaper to make and it is of better quality than that of buying one, and I don't think I would have been able to find Ice Mario. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.